Schweibach is here from Dell Rapids Planning Commission. As a courtesy to everyone here tonight, please make sure that all cell phones have been silenced. Please note that tonight's Planning Commission meeting will be rebroadcast via CityLink and posted on the www.minnehahacounty.org site for viewing by the general public. The two planning commissions work together on land use and zoning matters within the rural areas surrounding the city. This area is displayed on the screen. When this joint hearing is completed, the joint Dell Rapids and County Planning Commission will adjourn and the next regular business meeting will begin to consider items beyond the joint zoning jurisdiction with Dell Rapids. Any final action taken on the conditional use permit applications tonight will take effect 5 working days following this meeting, unless a written appeal of the Planning Commission's decision is filed in the Planning Office by Monday, October 2nd at 5 p.m. In the event of an appeal, the decision will be referred to the County Commission and City Council for a joint hearing on Tuesday, October 17th at or after 9 a.m. The affected parties will be notified of the meeting date. Meetings of the Joint County Commission and Dell Rapids City Council are held in this same room. First on the agenda is public input. Is there anyone who wishes to speak on an item that is not on the agenda? Please state your name and address, and you are allowed 5 minutes to speak.
My name is Bruce Burkhart. I live at 24607 on 481 Avenue, Del Rapids, South Dakota. I'm here tonight to commend and applaud the efforts and the results of the Minnehaha County Planning Commission and staff on the recent CO2 pipeline regulations. I believe that Minnehaha County residents, present and future, will benefit. I believe that economic development in the county, present and future, will benefit. I believe that intelligent land use in the county, present and future, will benefit from your time and talent and efforts and results on this matter. I thank you. I want you to realize concerned citizen and concerned county regulators can work together to preserve and protect and propel all of us forward in this county. Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Good evening. My name is Dan Nelson from Valley Springs. I'm here tonight to say a few things regarding the ordinances for that CO2 pipeline that this body recommended to the county commissioners. Earlier when the CO2 pipelines were introduced to us, we felt scared, alone, confused, and didn't know who to turn to. A group of us affected landowners started attending meetings and spreading the word. This body, you guys, of the planning and zoning, listened to us and took it upon yourselves to work on recommending some ordinances to the county commission. The commission took them, fine-tuned them a little bit, and voted in some new setback ordinances. What a difference he's made. Because there wasn't a clear path through the county, the permits were turned down by the PUC because of your ordinances. I just want you to know how appreciative we landowners are for our local government bodies and what you've done on this matter. But we can't let our guard down. I have a feeling Navigator and Summit aren't going away. We need to stand strong and not weaken. Again, thank you for all you've done so far.
Anyone else? Okay, then we'll move on to the regular agenda. We will go through the normal hearing procedure. Our planning staff will present the report. We'll request the petitioner to come to the podium and make a statement or answer any questions. And then anyone from the audience wishing to address the item shall be recognized. You can move to the podium, state your name and address. Each member of the public will be limited to 5 minutes of public comment per item and will only be allowed to address the commission once per item unless they're called upon to answer any additional questions from the commissioners. We'll then discuss the matter and take appropriate action. The first item on the regular agenda is approval of the minutes of the June 26th meeting. And at this time, we did not receive copies of those minutes, so we are going to defer them to the next coming meeting with Dell Rapids. Item number 2 is conditional use permit 23-45 to allow a recycling facility for concrete and asphalt on the property legally described as Tract 1, Pliska's Addition. There is an exception of the east 280 feet, the south 400 feet, and except Lot 1, end of exception. It's the west half, southeast quarter, Section 12, Township 104 North, Range 50 West. That is in Burke Township. Petitioner and property owner is Joseph Wallace. Location is 47178 Lindy Circle. Kevin?
Good evening, I'm Kevin Hookman from the County Planning Department. This request is to store reclaimed concrete on the property, crushing and stockpiling for aggregate and gravel type purposes. I will note that the applicant has approached me and noted that there will not be storage of any asphalt on the property, so we could cross that off as part of the requirements and maybe even include that as a condition of approval. Because asphalt is regulated by the state of South Dakota once it's crushed and moved off site. Material will be on the site will not be buried like a rubble dump, but rather recycled and stockpiled above ground. The petitioner has submitted a site plan. I'll bring that up. And a narrative. The site plan shows roughly where the proposed stockpile will go, along with a gate and a silt fence for the property. You can see the black line for the silt fence and the red line for the gate off the road. The narrative explains several basics of the plan, including that traffic at the site will be limited and not open to the public. And then the fence will have a no dumping or trespassing sign on it. And the silt fence will be placed on the northeast side of the property. The petitioner is the same as the property owner to the northeast. The petitioner has stockpiled concrete there. You can even see it in the inventory here in the past. There was stockpiling of concrete here when staff visited the site, and I'll show you pictures in a few minutes. This property has an approved non-conforming use as one of staff's concerns on the property, which is a house right here. There was a swimming pool. The applicant noted that the swimming pool is likely just to be removed and not permitted, so no permit would be needed. So this application came in while Justin Whelan was the city administrator, and he has moved on from the city. But Justin raised a few concerns over the potential unsightliness and high-profile area of Dell Rapids. He also raised concerns of environmental factors. And he noted that Dell Rapids is working on extending sewer to this area sometime in the future. And he suggested that if approval of this property for this use would have some sort of a temporary use or a sunset of maybe 5 years. And this would be kind of similar to what we have done in the past for stockpiling in this development. With the sunset, the Planning Commission may review conditions of approval and reapplication of materials storage at a later time. I guess I will just kind of skip through the conditional use permit criteria that are available for you in the staff report. And I'll note that the proposed use stockpile of rubble concrete is generally similar to the neighboring property uses. And this sort of recycling is good to prevent landfilling of large volumes of concrete. And that conditions can be placed in the property to reduce potential harms to the health, safety, and welfare of the government and the public. The staff is recommending 10 conditions. I will specifically point out condition number 8. The material stockpiling and recycling must cease by December 31st, 2028, and that would be the sunset condition in the application. Let's go over a couple photos here. This is some photos of the site the day I visited earlier in September. You'll see that the interstate in the background there The on-ramp is right here going north. And some of the trucks being stored on the property. This would be looking to the northeast, and you can see some previous stockpiling there. And then this would be looking at the rest of the development to the southeast. And then this would be the building closest just directly to the south. I'll work it way back to the site plan here. And as I mentioned, staff is recommending approval with 10 conditions, and I'm available for any questions.
Any questions for him?
Any questions on? Good, Kurt.
What's the process for addressing, is there routine inspections? Is it complaint-based? How do we ensure that the 10 conditions are being met?
Largely speaking, it is complaint-based. We can go out there at any time and inspect it if need be.
And one other question on in the staff report, it talks about silt fence will be placed, but then in the recommendation, it talks about other approved erosion control measures. Silt fence, in my mind, is a temporary solution for a season, where this could be for 4 or 5 years. I think we need to look at specifying what that other approved, the silt fence, in my mind, is not something that would work.
Okay.
Do you have a recommendation?
Some sort of berm, a vegetated berm of some sort. If anybody was familiar with silt fence, again, about one season and they're not maintained, that's my question on whose routine inspections. You know, if we're doing an inspection on a yearly basis, silt fence might be something that could be addressed, but if nobody's looking into it, it's just gonna go the wayside.
Any other questions for him? It's not at this time. Is the petitioner here?
No, I haven't seen him.
Not here.
No.
Okay, is there any opposition to this? Okay. Commissioners?
Do you want to amend anything on there, Kurt?
Do we do amend first, or do we make a motion to approve first and then amend?
Usually amend first, I believe.
I would like to make a motion to amend to specify a berm or something more substantial than a silt fence be used as an erosion control measure.
So
Yeah, amend item number 4.
there you go.
So actually, you want that added to number 4, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
You want to change silt fence to berm?
That would be my recommendation.
Okay.
Madam Chairman, I think for clarity purposes, I think we need to identify how tall you want this berm, because otherwise you could end up with a 6-inch berm.
True, good idea.
I mean, do you want a 3-foot berm, a 4-foot berm, a 5-foot berm?
How high is a normal silt fence?
3 feet
3 feet?
typically.
I'd say
3
2
foot?
to 3 feet.
3 feet?
Yeah.
All right, so we have an amendment to the recommendations under number 4 to change silt fence to a 2 to 3 foot berm. Any other comments on that?
Virgil Klein. Do we need to add in number 11, no asphalt allowed? Or is that being automatically excluded here?
Actually, we'd take that out under number 1. We'd just strike crushed asphalt. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's a second amendment to that then. The
Okay.
crushed asphalt would be stricken from that, so. Do we have a motion to approve those changes?
Motion.
Motion by Steve, second.
I'll second.
Second by Virgil. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
County side? That's with addition with the correct, correcting number, let's see here, number 4 and number 1. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve the changes to the amendments.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
All right. We have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Scott, that's just the amendment. We have to, they have to approve the conditional. Okay, now I need another motion on the
Sorry.
county side to approve.
Move to
ahead.
approve as amended.
I'll second.
Okay, now I have a motion and a second to approve the conditional use permit 23-45 with the corrections. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes on the county side.
All right, City of Del Rapids, do we have a motion to approve the conditional use with changes?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Okay, second?
Second.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
We have some new business that Scott would like to,
I just wanted to put under items, new business, I'm Scott Anderson, the planning director, and I just wanted to make you aware as a joint planning commission for Del Rapids that when we meet again, I anticipate having an ordinance for you to consider, an ordinance amendment to, which will be addressing short-term rentals, vacation home rentals. This is something that we've been working on in the county. We have it on our agenda tonight with the city of Sioux Falls, and waiting to see how that concludes tonight for the city, but I will be bringing something forth for your consideration, because I'd like all of our ordinances sort of to jive a little bit, so I just wanted to put that on your radar, that's all.
okay?
Now you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
We have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right.
Need a motion to adjourn on the county side for Del Rapids.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, Del Rapids.
Thanks, you guys.